When the world tries to shrink you, remember this: you were never designed to fit into small places. You were born to rise, to stand tall, and to claim every inch of the life that was meant for you, even if your legs are shaking while you do it. There comes a moment in every person's life when the world looks at you and silently whispers, "Stay where you are. Don't rise too high. Don't shine too bright. Don't dream too big." And in those moments you have two choices. You can shrink to fit the expectations of people who have never walked your path, or you can stand tall with the strength of someone who knows that their story deserves to be told. Their voice deserves to be heard, and their life deserves to be lived fully, loudly, boldly. Standing tall is not about being perfect. It is not about being fearless. It is not about pretending that challenges don't exist. Standing tall means acknowledging every pain, every crack, every scar, and choosing to rise anyway. It means saying, "Yes, I have been broken, but I refuse to stay broken." It means saying, "Yes, I have fallen, but every fall is simply another chance to rise stronger than before." And it means saying, "Yes, the world might want me small, but I was not created to live my life in the shadows." I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine a small seed buried deep in the darkness of the soil. It is cold, it is lonely, it is unseen. Yet inside that tiny seed is a force so powerful that one day it will push through layers of dirt, through weight, through pressure, through suffocation, and reach the sunlight. That seed does not remain small forever. It fights, it grows, it blooms. If something as tiny as a seed can find a way to break through the earth that buries it, imagine what you, a living, breathing human with dreams, resilience, and purpose, can do. You were not meant to remain underground. You were meant to rise, but rising is never easy. Standing tall is not always beautiful. Growth does not come wrapped in pretty packaging. Growth often starts with pain, with heartbreak, with rejection, with disappointment, with loss. Growth requires you to confront the parts of yourself you'd rather avoid, the fears you push to the side, the doubts you bury beneath your smile. The world will try to tell you to stay small because small feels safe. Small feels predictable. Small does not threaten anyone, but small also means quiet dreams, unlived potential, and a life spent apologizing for your existence. And you, my friend, deserve so much more than that. There was a time when I, too, believed the world when it told me to stay small. I believed the people who said, "You can't." I believed the moments that whispered, "You're not enough." I believed the voice inside my own mind that convinced me I was broken beyond repair. But here is what I learned: broken does not mean useless. Broken does not mean finished. Broken does not mean you stop living. Sometimes being broken simply means you are being reshaped for something greater. Sometimes being broken means you are being prepared to rise into a version of yourself you've never met before. Life has a strange way of teaching us strength. It rarely teaches it through comfort. Instead, it teaches through storms. Storms we never saw coming. Storms we did not choose. Storms that leave us crying, questioning, hurting. But storms also reveal the kind of strength that calm seas never could. When life tries to break you, stand tall. When people try to push you down, stand tall. When fear tries to control you, stand tall. Because strength is not measured by whether you avoid the storm. Strength is measured by how you walk through it with grace, patience, and determination. One of the greatest lies the world tells us is that we must wait for perfect conditions to begin. We wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect skill, the perfect confidence. But perfection is a trap designed to keep you small. Perfection says, don't start until everything is safe. Courage says, start anyway. Perfection says, don't speak until you know everything. Courage says, speak your truth even if your voice shakes. Perfection says, don't dream until you're sure you won't fail. Courage says, dream because your heart knows you're meant for more. The world wants you small because small people don't challenge the status quo. Small people don't break cycles. Small people don't create change. But you were not born to be small. You were born to be a catalyst. Standing tall means being unapologetically yourself in a world that benefits when you doubt your own worth. It means saying, I have a right to exist exactly as I am. It means refusing to shrink your identity to make others comfortable. It means walking into rooms where no one looks like you, talks like you, or understands you, and belonging anyway. It means taking up space not because you think you are better, but because you finally realize you are enough. And when you stand tall, something magical happens. People around you begin to rise as well. Your courage becomes contagious. Your strength becomes a lighthouse. Your journey becomes a map for someone who thought hope no longer existed. But let's be honest, standing tall comes with challenges. When you rise, people will talk. When you dream big, people will doubt you. When you succeed, people may envy you. And when you change, people may leave you. Not everyone will clap for your growth. Not everyone will celebrate your expansion. Some people prefer the version of you that didn't know your power because it kept you predictable, accessible, controllable. But you do not exist to make others comfortable. You exist to fulfill your purpose. And the moment you stop shrinking yourself to fit into small spaces, you will realize that the people meant for your future will never be intimidated by your light. They will celebrate it, they will honor it, they will grow with it. Standing tall requires boundaries, boundaries that protect your peace, your energy, your heart. It requires you to say no when something does not align with your growth. It requires you to walk away from situations that drain you. It requires you to love yourself enough to choose healing over habit. And it requires you to recognize that outgrowing places and people is not betrayal, it is evolution. The world may want you small, but your soul wants you free. One of the biggest obstacles to standing tall is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of being seen. Fear convinces you that staying small will protect you from pain. But staying small only protects you from growth. When you stand tall, fear does not disappear. You simply learn to move with it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that fear will not decide your fate. And there is something powerful that happens when you act despite your fear. The world begins to respond to your boldness. Opportunities appear, connections form, doors open, not because everything suddenly becomes easier, but because you choose to walk in your truth. Standing tall means embracing your authenticity. It means loving the parts of yourself you once tried to hide. It means speaking your story even if others don't understand it. It means showing up with all your flaws, all your imperfections, all your truths, and knowing you are worthy anyway. The world does not need a smaller version of you, it needs the real you. It needs your voice, your ideas, your kindness, your bravery, your compassion. It needs your fire, because someone somewhere is waiting for your courage to remind them of their own. Think about the people you admire, the ones who rose above adversity, the ones who refused to give up, the ones who turned their pain into power. Do you think their journeys were easy? Do you think they never felt afraid? Do you think they never had moments where they wanted to shrink? Of course they did, but they chose courage over comfort. They chose purpose over approval. They chose to stand tall even when the world tried to diminish them. And because they stood tall, generations were inspired. You have that same power. You have the power to inspire, the power to lead, the power to create, the power to redefine your entire life. You have the power to break cycles that have existed for generations. You have the power to change the trajectory of your family. You have the power to heal wounds you never caused. You have the power to rewrite your story, and the moment you stop playing small, that power becomes unstoppable. Standing tall also means forgiving yourself. We all have moments we regret, mistakes we wish we hadn't made, opportunities we missed, words we shouldn't have said, dreams we postponed. But your past does not define your future. Your mistakes do not determine your value. Your failures do not erase your potential. Standing tall means looking at your past with compassion and saying, I did the best I could with what I knew, and now I choose better. It means refusing to let guilt hold you hostage. It means choosing growth over shame. It means believing you are worthy of second chances, especially from yourself. Sometimes the world wants you small because it sees your potential before you do. Sometimes people discourage you because your dreams remind them of the dreams they abandoned. Sometimes your courage highlights someone else's fear. Sometimes your ambition exposes their excuses, but their limitations are not your destiny. Do not shrink to make others feel comfortable. Do not dim your light to match someone else's darkness. Do not silence your voice just because it speaks a truth others are not ready to hear. Standing tall means embracing discomfort. Growth requires stepping into unfamiliar territory. It requires learning new skills, breaking old habits, and unlearning beliefs that kept you captive. It requires trusting the process even when results are not visible yet. It requires patience, it requires faith, and sometimes it requires walking alone. But loneliness during transformation is temporary. Regret from staying small is permanent. The world will tell you to fit in. Your soul will tell you to stand out. The world will tell you to follow the crowd. Your heart will tell you to lead. The world will tell you to settle. Your purpose will tell you to rise. Listen to the voice within you. It has always known the path you are meant to walk. And when you finally align with that inner voice, the world will no longer have the power to shrink you. Your journey will not look like anyone else's. Your timeline will not match theirs. Your successes will come at their own pace. Your breakthroughs will unfold in their own time. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it is also the thief of growth. Do not compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Do not compare your healing to someone else's strength. Do not compare your start to someone else's victory. Your story is uniquely yours, and it deserves to unfold without pressure, without judgment, without doubt. Standing tall means trusting that you are exactly where you need to be. It means understanding that delays are not denials. It means believing that what is meant for you will never pass you by. It means knowing that setbacks are simply setups for greater victories. It means walking with confidence even when you don't have all the answers, and it means showing up consistently because growth rewards those who persevere. In a world that wants you small, your greatest power is your resilience. You have survived moments you thought would break you. You have endured pain you never thought you'd heal from. You have risen from situations that were meant to destroy you. You are still here, not by accident, but by purpose. Every breath is proof that your story is not over. Every heartbeat is a reminder that you still have more to give. You are living evidence that strength is not built in comfort, it is built in survival. I want you to remember something. You are not defined by your circumstances. You are defined by your character. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what you choose to do next. You are not defined by who left. You are defined by who you become, and you are not defined by the world's expectations. You are defined by the fire in your soul. Standing tall also means loving yourself in ways the world never taught you. It means choosing kindness over criticism. It means celebrating your progress even when it's small. It means honoring your boundaries. It means resting when you need to. It means nourishing your mind and your body. It means surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, encourage you, challenge you to grow, and it means letting go of those who drain your energy or dim your light. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Not everyone deserves access to your heart. Not everyone deserves a place in your future. The world wants you small because small is predictable, but you were not born to be predictable. You were born to be powerful. You were born to be transformative. You were born to be unstoppable. You were born to rise, and every time you choose to stand tall, you become a force the world cannot ignore. I want you to think of every moment when you felt underestimated. Every moment when someone doubted you, every moment when life tested you, every moment when fear tried to silence you. Those moments were not meant to stop you, they were meant to strengthen you. They were meant to prepare you for the version of yourself that is emerging. Stronger, wiser, braver. Standing tall means embracing uncertainty. It means taking risks. It means stepping into the unknown with the belief that your destiny is bigger than your fear. It means trusting that even if you fall, you will rise. Even if you fail, you will learn. Even if you break, you will rebuild. And every time you rebuild, you will rise a little taller. You will not always feel ready. You will not always feel confident. You will not always feel strong. But stand tall anyway. Stand tall because your dreams are worth the effort. Stand tall because your journey is worth the struggle. Stand tall because your life has meaning. Stand tall because the world needs your light. Stand tall because somewhere, someone is watching you and gathering courage from your resilience. Stand tall because your future self is counting on you. Stand tall because your story is not finished yet. And when you feel discouraged, remember this: even the tallest trees were once fragile. Even the strongest mountains were once broken. Even the brightest stars shine in the darkness. Strength grows in hidden places. Confidence grows in uncomfortable moments. Purpose grows in unexpected seasons. And you, too, are growing. Every day, in ways you may not see yet. So, stand tall in your truth. Stand tall in your purpose. Stand tall in your journey. Stand tall in your identity. Stand tall in your dreams. Stand tall in your voice. Stand tall even when it's difficult. Stand tall even when you're afraid. Stand tall even when others try to pull you down. Stand tall because you deserve to be seen. Stand tall because you deserve to be heard. Stand tall because you deserve to live fully, loudly, authentically. The world may want you small, but your soul was born to grow. The world may want you quiet, but your voice was born to speak. The world may want you ordinary, but you were born extraordinary. And no matter who tries to dim your light, no matter what obstacles stand in your way, no matter how heavy the world feels, rise. Rise boldly, rise beautifully, rise fearlessly, rise again and again and again. Because at the end of your story, the world should never say, you remained small. It should say, you stood tall, you rose higher than anyone expected, you broke boundaries, you changed lives, and you became more than anyone believed you could be. That is your power, that is your purpose, that is your legacy. Stand tall, my friend. The world may want you small, but you were born to rise.